America share a long-standing and cordial relationship founded on diplomatic values, good governance, mutual respect for sovereignty, and cooperation in matters of justice and institutional accountability. We humbly request that the embassy within the bounds of diplomatic mandate and applicable international and domestic laws consider providing any assistance or guidance that may support efforts aimed at facilitating the return of Mr. Ken Ofori Atta to Ghana to engage constructively with relevant state institutions. We have resolved to temporarily suspend our intended indefinite picketing for a period of 1 week to allow time for a response to our concerns. Should there be no progress after this period, we reserve the right to resume the picketing until Mr. Ken Ofori is made available to the Ghanaian authorities, consistent with established precedents of cooperation between our two governments in facilitating the return of Ghanaian citizens to face lawful processes when requested by the United States.
Now, the group has warned to resume their action, as you heard, indefinitely if they do not receive any assurances from American authorities. For what that means, I am joined here in the studio by Selom Dramado, who is convener of Arise Ghana. Selom, I appreciate your time with us this evening.
Thank you very much for having me here. And just a little correction, I'm one of the leading members of Arise Ghana.
Oh, leading members of Arise Ghana.
I'm one of the leading members of Arise Ghana.
Thank you so much for the correction.
Thank you.
So then, you have given a week for U.S. officials to do something?
Yes.
Immediately return the former foreign to the jurisdiction?
To this jurisdiction, where he is, that jurisdiction cannot try the charges leveled against Mr. Ken Ofori Atta. The 78 charges leveled against Mr. Ken Ofori Atta can only be tried in this jurisdiction, not in American jurisdiction. In American jurisdiction, they can only try him on the what is embroiled in now or embattled with, which is the immigration case. Here in Ghana, we want him to come and account for the 8 years that he had opportunity to be the finance minister and economic planning for our country. It's, that position is no mean a position. So then, for that person to hold that position and without accounting to the good people of Ghana,
right,
it would put our democracy in jeopardy. It would jeopardize our democracy. That means that the accountability, which is a sine qua non of democratic governance, it's not being seen or manifest. It's not manifesting in reality in Ghana. You understand? It means that democracy is no more. It means we have our duty bearers have succeeded in putting democracy out of office and have installed something that we have not collectively subscribed to.
I see. I suspect that you had that in your petition.
Sure.
A clear call for U.S. authorities to return.
Fortunately, the kind of democracy we subscribe to as a country, that's the same thing that obtains in America. They also champion and captain accountability. You understand? And that is what we are demanding here. So it will be hypocritical on the part of the U.S. not to facilitate the comeback of the gentleman who is in their custody. I mean, ICE custody as we speak. He must come back to Ghana. He must either be extradited, repatriated, or deported.
Those were the options you gave in your petition?
Exactly,
okay. Right.
Exactly. So we just want them to facilitate his movement back home because he's needed here to answer criminal charges leveled against him.
Well, he's had his first hearing. We know that another hearing of the...
will be on the 27th of April.
27th of April.
Exactly. But that thing has, it has not in any way broken our resolve. For us in Arise Ghana, we are so optimistic that Mr. Ken Ofori Atta will definitely be brought back to Ghana to answer for the decisions and the contracts he signed for and on behalf of the good people of Ghana.
So this is where I'm going with that. There's no denying that we all have the right to protest, as Arise Ghana is doing. Yeah. At the same time, what we see happening in the U.S. is that he's going through due process. Now, if you want U.S. authorities to circumvent that due process, extradite him, bring him to this country to face justice, do you not give him ammunition to say he will not go through due process in this country?
What we are doing, or what we have initiated now, which is just one of the picket is just one of the things that we have rolled out.
Indeed.
We have a plethora of strategies that we will use.
I see.
But, oh yes, a plethora, an array of strategies. Potent one that can bring Mr. Kenuforiata back. The picket is just like
the tip of the iceberg.
The tip of the iceberg, or the forerunner. The forerunner.
So what
the precursor to the main thing. You understand?
What is the main thing?
We have it up our sleeve. It is, yeah, we have it up our sleeve. And when the time is due, definitely we will bring you up to speed as to the next line of action.
You went to Shraj today. Shraj assured you that once he comes, he will go through due process. But I'm just wondering, why did you make the call on Shraj?
Fantastic. It's good you have even raised this. You see, so we will succeed in dispelling or diffusing that notion, or debunking the notion that Arise Ghana is a mouthpiece of the governing party. You understand? Arise Ghana is not a mouthpiece of the governing party. The governing party, or the governing party has communication outfits. The governing party has what it takes to also do same. So we are not mouthpiece of the governing party or the government. So to debunk that notion, right after doing the presentation of our petition to the U.S. authority today, we proceeded to Shraj, because Shraj is the principal state agency in charge of preservation and protection of human rights. So we went there to seek the assurance from the Shraj boss, Mr. Joseph Whitall, that whether his office will protect and preserve the fundamental human rights that Mr. Kenuforiata is entitled to enjoy if he's brought back to Ghana. Mr. Whitall, Joseph, never minced word. He was direct and blunt and said that Mr. Kenuforiata will be better off coming to Ghana than where he is currently being held. And it's true, because Mr. Kenuforiata, given his stature, for him to be kept in ICE detention, it's a national shame. It's a national disgrace.
Why?
Why?
Yes.
Oh, that is Ghana's former finance minister who is inhabiting a facility with hardened criminals.
Well, he's considered a low-level offender.
A low-level offender?
Yes.
So you mean that there's a facility meant for low-level offenders there? No, it doesn't. Because we at Arise Ghana, we have independently checked to, yes, where he is being kept. And that is even what is like provided a spring in our step to do this thing, to push this thing forward.
So you want to help him come home?
Of course, he must come back home.
Because when you see the color code he's wearing, it seems he's in that appearance in court remotely. Yeah. The color code of the detention outfit he's wearing is a low-risk offender. No,
even Mr. Kenuforiata wearing a color that contrasts his favorite color, which is white.
I can't believe you went there with it. I mean, he's in different circumstances.
Mr. Kenuforiata has a fervent love for white, diaphanous white, immaculate white. But today, that color is now contrasted with black. He's now wearing black. So Mr. Kenuforiata, even you see, Mr. Kenuforiata, given his level of education, his culture, where he hails from, Mr. Kenuforiata should have the presence of mind to see clearly that, no, I am bringing some disgrace, no, a certain degree of disgrace upon myself and my family and those yet unborn. You understand? Because, look, Mr. Ken Ofori had opportunity to be the finance minister for this country under his cousin's presidency, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Mr. Ken Ofori decided to also suffer the sickness or disease or the ailment that plagued his cousin, the president at the time. You know, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was plagued with a certain ailment.
I don't know.
He became tone deaf. And that thing became infectious, which has affected Mr. Ken Ofori as well. So, Mr. Ken Ofori, all the alarm bell that we were sounding, that the direction you are going, the kind of contracts you are signing, these things are fishy and
which is why you want him to come and answer.
That is why we want him, because at Arise Ghana, it is not our desire or wish to prejudge whatever cases or charges being leveled against him.
What's your response to those who would ask Arise Ghana, why are you also not calling for immediate extradition of Sedina Tamaklo?
Fantastic. You are a good journalist. I love this. So you want to test our level of objectivity and patriotism by bringing this question.
Why not?
Thank you very much.
What has happened?
Yeah, correct. For now, it's Mr. Ofori that is the focal point. It doesn't mean that we have taken our eyes off Madam Sedina Tamaklo, because otherwise, Arise Ghana will appear like a Janus face.
But that's how you appear now.
No. We have had instances of, we have had opportunity to make our stance known. Just that we have not formally put out any release expressly stating our stance on this matter. But individually, we have spoken. Because Mr. Ken Ofori is now, allegations have been leveled against Mr. Ken Ofori. But in the case of Madam Sedina Tamaklo, she has been convicted. Okay, so for us to appear as people who are actually championing the supreme interest of Ghana and being led by sense of objectivity and integrity, we must as well talk about Madam Tamaklo.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
But your petition to the U.S. Embassy only named Ken Ofori. I didn't name Sedina Tamaklo.
Yeah, the picket was about Mr. Ken Ofori, not about Madam Sedina Tamaklo, because...
So on hindsight, do you think that the focus should have been on the two persons who are currently undergoing extradition processes?
Not on hindsight. Fortunately, for us members of Arise Ghana, we are blessed with the three sides, the foresight, hindsight, and insight. Blessed with this. All of us in Arise Ghana, we are all blessed with this one. So it is not like we have jettisoned Madam Tamaklo's case and only pursuing Ken Ofori. No, it is a strategy we have adopted.
Okay.
Madam Tamaklo's turn will come.
Gotcha.
And when that time comes, definitely maybe you'll be inviting me onto the show to talk fervently about Madam Tamaklo. Because it's important. Duty bearers must always demonstrate integrity, probity, and accountability.
I agree. Between now and the 1 week that you've given the U.S. Embassy, what would Arise Ghana be doing as far as this matter is concerned?
What would Arise Ghana be doing
on the Ken Marsh return?
This time?
Yes.
Arise Ghana, we have a lot on our plate.
Okay.
A lot on our plate. Okay. You understand? So what is on the boil now is Ken Ofori's case.
Yeah.
You understand? When the time comes for us
but in terms of the Ken issue, what's next? Now that you've given U.S. authorities 1 week ultimatum, what's next?
Yes, I know your journalistic curiosity is pushing you to be asking this question, because earlier on, I told you that we have our strategies, we have them up our sleeve.
Oh, I thought your strategy would be after the 1 week. I'm asking within the 1 week, when you're waiting for action from the U.S. authorities.
Okay, so correct. So Arise Ghana intends to visit the state agencies that are mandated to investigate.
Right.
Okay? Investigate issues involving Mr. Ken Ofori. Okay? So we'll formally be paying calls on state institutions that are clothed with the powers of investigating crime. And you understand, crime.
Well.
And then holding duty bearers accountable. That is what we'll be doing. Arise Ghana will be doing that in between time. That is what we intend to do.
Salom, thank you so much for coming. It's been a pleasure talking to you. All
Thank
the
you
best
too.
In
and next time we are inviting you when your reporters come along.
We will cover
because it's about money.
The protest.
It's about money. Duty bearers should not be dissipating our coffers, squandering our resources, plundering them. No.
Elon,
we must hold them to the blazing fire of accountability.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Selom Dramado is a leading member of Arise Ghana. We've just been talking about that Ken must come back.
See who is the best rated among them all.
Again, let's look at the qualities influencing candidates' choice. The ability to win, caring about the grassroots, bringing change, uniting the NPP, trustworthiness, humility. I got to see a few people on that humility bar. We'll come to that, right? Humility, other factors, and be a fighter. Professor Smasapon, how important are these indicators for a primary like this?
Well, very, very important. And if I measure suitability and I get the most suitable to be 57.2 in favor of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, then it encompasses what constitutes suitability. Ghanaians would see the person most emotionally stable or emotionally able to tolerate things, humble. You see the things that we appreciate as qualities of a good leader. When all those things come together, it makes the leader suitable for the position. And I think the detailed skill as used by Musa Dankwa perhaps can sum up to most suitable, because we are looking at characteristics that the persons may need. And trust me, here in this republic, those characteristics are very, very essential. And all who may seek to lead may want to deliberately exhibit those characteristics.
I see. Musa, I want us to wrap up now on this conversation. I did ask that, how does this compare to 2023? But also, how does it generally compare with approval of a candidate? Because there are those who have made the point, and Professor Smasapon, you chip into this for me as well. There's those who have made the point, while the former vice president may get the approval of the people, it appears to be one of the lowest approvals seen, at all. So, Musa, let's start with the numbers. How does it compare? Then Prof comes in for me.
If you take our predictions, which has Bawumia on 57%, that is about 4 points lower than what he got in 2023. So he's underperforming his 2023 numbers. Kennedy, on the other hand, got around 27% in 2023. He's now doing 28%, down about five points. We didn't have Brian Achampon in there. So we could see that Brian Achampon may be the beneficiary of all this confusion that we are seeing in the MPP race. He seems to be a breath of air, and he seems to have taken votes from Bawumia and taken votes from Kennedy from this model. But he appeared to have taken more from Kennedy at the moment than he did for Bawumia. And I have said this before, that at the end of the race, neither Bawumia could jubilate even if he wins, and Kennedy will not jubilate. The only person who may be jubilating on that day, even though he will not win, might be the Brian Achampon.
Chip in for me in terms of the trends. Are people right when they talk about the approval of whoever becomes the eventual winner? In this case, the predictive models, both for you and Musa Dankwa, says that it is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Should he be worried about the low approval?
Right. I think it's a contest of 5 ables and 5 virtually equally experienced people. And so I will not go for the margin. Yes, he may wish to get a wider margin, but I think around these predictions and whatever may come out as the actual should be enough validation of his candidature. And then his ability to unify all the rest and the entire party becomes the most important thing. So he shouldn't be worried about a certain gap that he intended to get. He could work more and see if he can expand beyond these predictions. But whatever the outcomes may be, the important thing is that you win, and you may have to immediately begin to unify your party, because it is one thing winning at your party level and another thing preparing to face the might of the NDC. So this will just be phase one of the events. The major one is preparations towards 2028, and I'm sure he is well mindful of that, and he would act the unity steps as immediate as possible, whoever becomes the eventual winner.
Prof, thank you so much for your time. Musa Dankwa, I appreciate